Hello everyone, and welcome to a new episode of the Presearing Grail, which is a series where I try to collect every item in Presearing, and at this moment I am 88% complete with that goal, which means there's just 20 items left to go. The Marksmanship rune, the Ritualist Dead Staff, and 18 purples. Let's go collect some stuff. I hope you'll enjoy. Actually, before we go collect some stuff, there is one thing I'd like to address because it's burning a hole in my pocket, and that's the 4,000 Gifts of the Huntsman that I collected over the past year. I was meant to open them right after I finished Rank 3 Survivor, but then I took a break, so let's open all of them now. I'm not even halfway done with the opening, and because every Gift of the Huntsman gives 5 items, my inventory is full already. So I will have to go and deposit some of that stuff across multiple alts, then open more, and then collect all of this in some nice little screenshots to showcase all the loot. And all of the gifts are now opened. As usual, it took way longer than expected, but all of the loot should be now on screen. And in total, I got 2,760 sparklers, 2,985 champagne poppers, 2,805 bottle rockets for a total party points of 8,550. Then I also got 2,875 honeycombs and 3,040 jars of honey for a total amount of sweet points of 8,955. Although honeycombs can't be spammed, so it will take a while to get all of those. And finally, I also got 2,770 Hunter's Ales together with 2,765 H-Hunter's Ales for a total amount of drunkard points of 11,065, which is an entire incorrigible ale hound from scratch right there. And now I'm gonna consume it all, which sounds like a good idea for a fun Friday evening. Good morning! It did indeed take me the rest of the evening and 1 hour today to finish using up all of these consumables. Here's how the titles are looking like right now. Nice to see the numbers going up, but now it's time to go and collect some items finally. The anniversary event will start in 3 days. I'll talk about it later because this year there's a lot to talk about, and I expect to do a lot of Charr runs when it comes. So for now, let's start with some hidden stash runs and try to snag some unidentified dead staves. Some of my nick items are running low, and you can open hidden stashes in almost all of the zones, so it's perfect to get some of these stacks back up. And the Sweet Treats week is currently ongoing, so enemies drop chocolate bunnies and golden eggs, which means it's the only time of year I can work on the Treasure Hunter title. Okay, here's the first golden egg drop, and now take a look at my title panel. I'm currently at 178 points in the Treasure Hunter title, and when I pick up this golden egg, we should get +1 point. Of course, if I drop it now and pick it back again, we won't get any more points because that would be silly. All the characters on your account contribute to this title, and I didn't track it from the start, but I know that I personally didn't play much in post, and I got almost all, if not all of my points in Presearing on this character, and I don't plan to play any post anymore, so I'm just gonna count it as a Presearing title for me. And here's the first chocolate bunny. They don't help out with the Treasure Hunter title, but they do give 2 sweet points, so that's neat. Nice, those are the drops I like to see, a golden egg and a black die from one devourer. This is unrelated to the entire grind, but I just wanted to say that it's so awesome to see Ascalon so alive. There is conversations going on all the time when I'm zoning in, there is trades going on as usual, so many people online, great to see it. 417 stashes opened, but finally here it is. Opening the hidden stash reveals a dead staff, it's a blue one. Let's identify it straight away, give it to me. No Ritualist mod, sadly. Based on my previous testing, the unidentified dead staves are roughly 1 out of 400 hidden stashes, so I got it pretty much exactly on rate. But opening that many stashes took me an entire weekend of doing just this, and then when I finally get one, I still need to get extremely lucky to get that Ritualist mod out of all the possible modifiers. So this grind will probably take a long time. But imagine if I finally get it. When I pick up this golden egg, I will become an adept treasure hunter. The next rank requires 550 points, so there is no way I can get it this event, but I'll still try my best, so maybe we can get it next year. The anniversary event is less than 24 hours away now, so while I'm running around and opening stashes, I think it's a perfect opportunity to talk about it, because this year marks the 20th anniversary of Guild Wars, and we're getting a special update to celebrate. So even without any updates, the regular anniversary is already the best event all year, and that's because of the drops. When the anniversary event is active, all enemies have a chance to drop special items, just like with the chocolate bunnies and golden eggs during the Sweet Treats week. But this time, the drop table is much bigger, so there's constantly something dropping to make our dopamine-addicted brains happy, and one of the drops is especially amazing, the iconic birthday cupcake. Cupcakes give 2 points towards the sweets title, but more importantly, they also give you plus 100 health, plus 10 energy, and plus 25% movement speed for 10 minutes, which is the only movement speed boost in Presearing that works outside of outposts, so these cupcakes just beg to be used during Charr runs. And you will definitely want to do Charr runs during this event, because on top of all these drops, there's also 3 special items that can only drop from bosses, and these are the Battle Isle Iced Tea, the Party Beacon, and the Delicious Cake, which give 50 points towards their respective titles. So all that was just the regular event, and for the 20th anniversary, the celebration will begin a week earlier, so we get 1 more week of the best event there is, which is already awesome, but there is more stuff coming, although I'm still not sure if any of that will affect Presearing. I already made a whole separate video about it, so I don't want to repeat myself too much, but I'll just briefly summarize so you know what I'm talking about if you didn't watch that one. So first of all, they announced that many no longer obtainable items, such as the old pre-order weapons, will start dropping as rares all across the game. This at first sounds like it won't occur in Presearing, because all the monsters here are just too low level to drop items with gold rarity, but on the other hand, they might have just added them to all drop tables and set the quality text to gold. Sorta like how Charr kits are rare quality, even though the Charr bosses are too low level to drop actual rares. So in the end, I will just have to go and test it myself. Secondly, in both of the update posts, ArenaNet mentions you'll want to keep your eyes open for some other new loot appearing as you hunt for weapons, and this is the most mysterious part of the update, but it also has the most potential. I don't even want to speculate what it could be. I'm just very excited to hop into the Northlands tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be able to find some of that new loot. And lastly, even if we get nothing and it's just a good old regular anniversary event, the fact that it starts a week earlier means that this time, the first 2 days of the anniversary coincide with the last 2 days of the Sweet Treats week, so there should be an insane amount of consumables dropping, and I don't want to miss it. And if I don't want to miss it so much, surely I wouldn't go for a bike ride and miss when the update dropped 2 hours earlier, right? That would be very silly. Oh my god, there's 4 districts in Ascalon. So I might have missed the beginning of the event, which is a little anticlimactic, but hey, there's silver lining to every situation. We got the patch notes! And the first thing to mention is pretty minor, but it affects us in Presearing. The duration of some consumables has been increased to 30 minutes. The items this affects that we can get are the birthday cupcakes, candy apples, candy corn, golden eggs, which were previously just 5 minutes, and the pumpkin pies, so that's a cool little quality of life update. And the second thing announced was a completely new type of mod of the profession, which are available as rare drops on weapons, but I did follow the Presearing Discord and so far nobody has dropped any of the new weapons or anything with the new mod, so I think the chances we can get it in our tutorial area are very slim. But hey, that's everything related to the new update in Presearing. Now let's go celebrate 20 years of Guild Wars by slaughtering some Charr. And even though we most likely won't get any event drops, I still want to get as many purples as I can to finish my Grail spreadsheet, so I will be going hard this anniversary. I'll be doing Charr runs and I'll be popping 2 honeycombs, candy apples, candy corn, slices of pumpkin pie and birthday cupcakes, and I plan to roll over those Charr. And I wouldn't mind a black day or two because I had to buy most of those pies and it cost me 60 plats, so I'd like to make back some of that, please. From 598 HP to 846. Sheesh! It's pretty intoxicating how many consumables drop. Also, my first run, I already got my first 50-pointer, the delicious cake. Give me that. And also, just as a little reminder, I only need the marksmanship rune to finish the entire runes and insignia section, so we might finish that any moment. Let's go! I got a new item. Gast Aspire drops a wooden chakram. It's purple. And if you don't know, the offhands are by far the most rare type of item, so it's no wonder I still need most of them. But that's one item down, 19 to go. Oh, and it's got a pretty good mod too. Sadly, it's just one, so the item's pretty much worthless. Actually, you know what? It's not that bad. Maybe someone will get some use out of it. I'll put it up for donation. I'm honestly so glad I got this chakram. Now I have some actual tangible progress in my challenge. But getting it took me 15 Charr runs, and I could honestly run Charr runs forever during this event, but the video has to end at some point, and I've been thinking about what would be a good point to end the video, and since I bought those 100 slices of pumpkin pie, I think a good ending point would be to finish this stack so the video contains loot from 100 Charr runs. Technically I had 103 at the beginning, so treat those 3 additional runs as a present from me. Happy anniversary. And for the record, since I still need as many hidden stashes as possible, those will be full, proper Northland clears, not some short 2-minute altar only runs. And speaking of hidden stashes, I got dead stuff number 2, and I forgot to press record. Thankfully it was just death magic, so we continue. A small timeline update, it's now Thursday 17th of April, 11 PM when I log in, and that means that the Sweet Treats Week event is now over. Which is very sad because I was most excited about those 2 days when both events coincide, and then it turns out both Wednesday and Thursday were the busiest days of the week for me and I barely got any time to play. But I'm still glad how I performed entire event. I got 127 chocolate bunnies and 136 golden eggs, which makes it so I finish my treasure hunter grind this year at 314 in total. And I just hope I'll have a little more time next year to maybe get that rank 3. But as I said before, there is silver lining to everything. Now that I've shown you how many eggs I got in a week, I can start using them together with all the other consumables. Dead stuff number 3, getting really lucky with those lately, which is great to see. This is probably the single best drop that I've gotten ever, I think. A Charr kit and a Battle Isle iced tea in one drop. So many Charr runs without any new purples. I began to lose hope. I have 25 slices of pumpkin pie left, but here's finally a new one. A purple jeweled chalice. Let's pick it up. And identify, of course. The mod could be a little bit better, it's just gonna be merge food for now, but I'm so happy we got another item in my coloring book. Mildly interesting, but I had this happen a few times already. This hidden stash spawned out of bounds, but I can still click it and the loot will spawn inside of bounds, watch. Last pie, which means this is the last run, fingers crossed for any new items. Let's open the final hidden stash together. And nothing new, but the odds were pretty low, so that is to be expected. But that marks the end of 103 Charr runs that I did, fully consumed out. It was so fun to do Charr runs with all consumables, you have no idea. If you have consumables in Presearing, you have to try this. And as you can see, even though I popped a cupcake, every single run I still profited massively, so if you don't have all of the consumables, at least pop the cupcakes, it's really worth it just to zoom through the Northlands. In total, I got 2 new items for the spreadsheet, 2 new purples, I got a bunch of dead staves that I identified, sadly with no luck, and I got a lot of armors that I identified and I didn't hit the marksmanship rune, but one day we'll get it and that will green out yet another section in my Grail spreadsheet. When it comes to the event drops, this is everything that I got, and as far as the 50-pointer items go, this is everything that I have right now. But it's hard to say how much I got during the actual event because I didn't really keep track of how many I had beforehand. but I think I got like 4 of each, if that gives you a general idea. And when it comes to the anniversary event itself, I'm still a little bit sad we didn't get anything new in Presearing. It would have been really cool to get these new mods. I can already imagine myself hunting for the soul-reaping bow grip, but alas, it's post-searing only. I did have fun during the regular events though, especially during my very limited time at the double event. So, with all that said, I'm gonna be ending the video here. Hope you're having fun during the anniversary event, hope you enjoyed, hope you'll have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.